Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another instant deck tech. Today we're heading to Modern to check out a sweet mid-range combo deck. This is Abzan Evolution. Recently took Magic Online user Instant Death 929 to a 5-0 finish in a competitive Modern league. So congrats to Instant Death on their finish with the deck. A quick reminder before we break it all down. If you enjoy this deck and want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So, Abzan Evolution is built around Eldritch Evolution, a card that was super hyped when it was first spoiled, but taking a little while to catch on. So, for 3 mana, you have to sack a creature, and then you get to search for a creature with the converted mana cost of the sacrifice creature +2 or less. So if you sack a 3-drop, you can get anything from a 5-drop all the way down to a 0-drop if you want, and get a Mem Knight or an Ornithopter. So that's kind of the card that holds the deck together. And it does a couple of things. So first off, these are the sacrifice outlets for the most part. You can't sacrifice anything, and there's other creatures that will be sacrificed, but the most value you get from sacrificing comes from Stranglerootgeist or Voice of Resurgence as 2-drops. So you play these on turn 2, you can immediately sack them on turn 3 and get a 4-drop. The value of these cards as sacrifice outlets are Stranglerootgeist comes back from the graveyard, even bigger and better, so it's a 2-1 that becomes a 3-2 with haste, and Voice of Resurgence leaves behind a token that grows with each creature you have on the battlefield, and the deck is playing 28 creatures, so the token can get pretty big. If you need a 5-drop, Kitchen Finks is probably your best target. When you sacrifice it, it comes back in, gains you 2 more life. It's a little bit smaller, but that's okay because you still get to search another creature out of your deck. As far as what you're searching out of your deck, the deck has 2 plans. First off, it can go infinite with Spike Feeder and Archangel Athune. If you get both of these on the battlefield, you can just remove a counter from Spike Feeder to gain 2 life, and then that triggers Archangel Athune, which puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature, including your Spike Feeder, so you get another +1/+1 counter to remove. So basically you gain infinite life and give your creatures infinite power and toughness. The other option is just to sack things like Stranglerootgeist and Voice of Resurgence and just keep getting Siege Rhinos on turn 3, turn 4, and hope that with the Drain and the big trampling body you can ride the Siege Rhinos to victory. The other sweet thing about the deck is because you're playing Eldritch Evolution, you get to play a ton of one-ofs that aren't necessarily good all the time, but are really good in specific situations. Scavenging Ooze gives you main deck graveyard hate. Orzhov Pontiff can wipe away a bunch of little creatures or pump your team for a kill. Reclamation Sage gets rid of Ensnaring Bridge, gets rid of Leyline of Sanctity, whatever artifact or enchantment might be bothering you. Linvala locks down opposing Birds of Paradise and other creatures with activated abilities. Necrotal, removal spell, and Revlark can get back some of your combo pieces, for example, your Spike Feeder, or just value creatures from your graveyard when it dies. So you get a bunch of tutor targets, then you just have some mana creatures to speed up the process. This gives you the opportunity to play your Siege Rhinos quicker, combo off quicker, all that fun stuff. And then a couple of Lingering Souls to clog up the air, really good against Infect, helpful against control decks, and just some Path to Exiles as removal. As far as the mana base, a couple of utility lands. Gavany Township is a backup win condition, just put counters on all your creatures and win that way. Horizon Canopy, a dual land that can draw you a card if you need it. Bunch of fetches, bunch of shock lands, some basics, and a couple of Razor Verge Thickets. As far as the sideboard, the theme continues. You get a ton more tutor targets. Sin Collector, helpful against control and combo decks to kind of Thoughtseize and instant or sorcery. Another Rex Sage for artifacts or enchantments. Eidolon or Rhetoric, awesome against Storm, any deck that's trying to play a bunch of spells in one turn. And Offenza is kind of some more graveyard hate. And then you got Spellskite for Infect, Malira also for Infect. Spellskite's also good against Burn. And Gaddock Teague locks out some random things, Wrath, Cryptic Commands, so forth. More Lingering Souls, Thoughtseizes, and Abrupt Decay. So Lingering Souls and Thoughtseize, great against control. Thoughtseize is also helpful against combo. And then Abrupt Decay, just some more unconditional removal, or for things that cost 3 or less. So that is Abzan Evolution for Modern. Deck is pretty sweet. It's cool to see Eldritch Evolution finally starting to catch on. Anyway, that's been our Instant Deck Tech for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.